Good morning, welcome to Achieve Lifestyle live streaming of classes. My name's Amanda. I'm about to teach a 30-minute Pilates class today. I'm hoping you can hear me. I cannot see the microphone thing, so I'm hoping everyone can hear me. Yes, so 30 minutes of Pilates today. Today we're going to be focusing on breath. It's going to be an all levels class, so please take it at a level that feels right for you, what you would normally do. I will offer different progressions to accommodate everyone. I'm assuming you have no injuries today, but be mindful of your bodies, listen to your bodies as you work through the movements, and we'll take it from there. So let's start off with our Pilates setup. With our feet underneath our hip sockets, we're going to lift the toes up into the air, and then we're going to make that connection with the feet and the floor. So I want you to feel that even placement around your feet as your feet ground down into the floor. Soften your knees, relax your thighs, and then lift all the way up through the crown of the head. So start to elongate the spine, find the natural curve that runs through the back of your neutral spine. Just level your hips out in front. If it helps, just gently rock the pelvis forwards and backwards. Okay, we want to find that neutral alignment. So tailbone slightly under, hips are level, and then the ribs are centered over your pelvis. Allow your shoulders to slide down your back, so reach your fingertips towards the floor. Create a nice soft V in the back of the shoulders, a mild engagement. Let's place the hands on the ribs, and let's start by taking a breath in. So as we breathe in, we let the rib cage expand. Breath out, we allow it to drop. So breath in, the ribs expand. And breath out, we allow it to drop. So as you take that lateral thoracic breath, okay, you're allowing your ribs to stretch to the side. It's the force breath that we use in Pilates, which helps keep us an active center. So when I refer to an active center, think about engaging your belt muscle by drawing the navel in towards the spine. Imagine you're tightening notches on a belt. Now, we're just going to try a little exercise and make a neural connection with the right side only. So, as you breathe in, allow the right side of your ribs to expand. Good. Let's do that again, so just that right side. Good. Let's see if we can change and make that left side connection, that neural connection. So breath in, allow the left hand to move. And release. Good. One more time. Lovely. One more time, both together. Big stretch, ribs to the side. Breath out, engage, and then we are good to go. We're going to start with a sequence. So let's float the right arm up into the air, and then the left arm. Now I think you're going to be seeing this back to back, okay? So as I say right, you're going to be seeing my left. Good, let's do that again. So right arm, left arm, and both together. So they're just trying to work out the technical issues that we're having with that, the way you view it. You're seeing the opposite, okay, to what I'm saying. All right, let's lift both arms up into the air, up onto the toes, and back down onto the heels. Good, so right arm, left arm, keep the ribs connected, maintain that neutral alignment through the spine, and then work on your balance. Lovely, let's sweep the right arm down and round, and then the left. Good, so a nice big circle, just a little demi squat, a little bit more dynamic, and now both arms together. So the sequence is going to be right arm, left arm, and then both arms together. Lovely, come back to the start of your sequence. Right arm up and down, ribs stay connected. Left arm up and down, and then both hands together. Good, ready to circle. So sweep one arm round and down, and the other, opening the space in your body. Good. Now imagine you're hugging a tree. Wrap your arms around the trunk of the tree and open out. Wrap around and open out. Lovely. So we're forward flexing the spine. We're starting to warm up the body and prepare both physically and mentally. Lovely. One more time and then come back to the start of your sequence. So right arm up and down. Remember, an active center. Left arm up and down. Remember, you'll be seeing the opposite to what I'm saying. That's it, both together. Good, sweep, big circle. And another circle. And then both together. Ready to wrap your arms around the trunk of the tree. And now open out. Trunk of the tree. And open out. Good. You're going to step over and stretch. Step to the other side, foot behind, and just stretch away from your hip bone. So I want you to feel a nice stretch through the side of your body as you find that length. Good. Come over and hold. Reach down to the floor, up to the ceiling, and back down to the floor. And then change. So we reach, and we reach. Lovely. One more time. So all the time you're in control of your movements. You've got a nice gentle flow of movement. Good. Let's wrap the arms around the waist. Take a breath in, with 2 rotations, and then a breath out with 2 rotations. So breath in, 2 rotations, and breath out. Lovely. One more time here. And then we're going to come back to the start of our sequence again. Can we remember it all? All right, so feet underneath the hip sockets, pelvis and spine neutral engage. Breath in, one arm up and down. Breath in, other arm up and down. Good, both hands together, lift up on the toes, challenge your balance. Now, sweep and circle. Open the space in your shoulder. Good, both arms together. Feel that space in the front of the body. Now wrap your arms around the trunk of a tree and open. Around the trunk and open. Step behind and stretch to the floor, to the ceiling, and back to the floor. Good, and then change. Ready to rotate, wrapping the arms around the waist. Breath in, 2 rotations, and breath out, 2 rotations. Lovely. Bring your feet into parallel. Let's challenge the balance a little bit further. Keeping your pelvis and spine neutral, can you lift your knee and then take that knee behind you into an arabesque? Now remember, there's always ways to modify the movement. Let's try the other side. Center the body, hips level and square, knee in front, and then knee behind. So if you struggle to lift your foot off of the floor, what you can do is just take your toes, tap in front, and then tap behind. You can still think about posture, about centering your body, and about balance. Lovely, one more time. All right, let's do some roll downs. So bring your feet back into that parallel setup. Let's change the breath on this today and take a breath in as we go down. And now a breath out to come up. A breath in and down. And a breath out and up. So really think about your posture every time you stand. Grow taller and taller. Come back into our Pilates setup, where everything is aligned. And we're finding that space. Lovely. One more time. And then hopefully you're feeling a little bit more prepared. So let's step onto the edge of our mat and let's transfer down onto the floor. So nice and slowly, come onto your hands and knees for me. Let's take the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Slide your shoulders down your back, lengthen your head away from your tailbone. Good. With an active centre, you're going to allow the arm to come through, taking a breath in. Breathe out, open the arm out to the side. Now, breath in, reach forward with the leg stretching behind. Replace, and now change arms. Breath in, reach through. Breath out, open to the side. Breath in, reach forwards and backwards. Remembering to stabilise your body as you do so. So you start by mobilising as you reach through. A nice thoracic rotation. And then we lengthen opposite directions, keeping our hips and our shoulders square to our mat. Lovely. Remember, if you struggle to take the hand and the foot off when you're swimming, you can just take the foot away. So once you've done your rotation, the hand can come down and then you can slide the leg away on its own. Alright, so it's about listening to your body as you work through each movement. Decide that pace that feels right for you and try and stay in control of what we're doing. Good, let's sit back onto the heels into child's pose. Alright, we're going to come down onto our tummies for the swan. If you've got a little towel can sit underneath your forehead. You're going to relax your hips, legs and feet. Open the hands out nice and wide to the side, so hands just in front of the shoulders and elbows sitting behind you. Now let's try and engage the pelvic floor. So remember, we engage belt muscle and we try pelvic floor. Pelvic floor, draw the pubic bone and tailbone towards each other, your two sit bones, and then a mild engagement upwards. So gentle press against the hands, take a breath in. With the breath out, can you push any further? Breath in at the top, and then breath out and down. So breath in, small push. Breath out, big push. Breath in at the top, and breath out and down. So remember to keep the back of your neck long as you do this one. Eyes gazing down in front of you. Good. We can also start to float the feet away behind us if we feel we can manage. We can change the breathing and we can take just one breath in as we press. One breath out as the feet float. One breath in to press. One breath out to float. So we have that torsion in the body, and we're strengthening the muscles in the back to help combat a forward rounded posture. Lovely, one more time, and then we're going to pop ourselves over onto our side. So if you have a towel, I want you to pop your towel in between your head and your arm. Just support your neck, so you've always got that neutral alignment. Stretch all the way down to your toes, shoulders sliding down. If you need to, a little fingertip in front as we take it into side kick. So lift your top leg, make sure your belt muscle is engaged, then bring that top leg forwards and backwards. Forwards and backwards. So take a breath out as you flex forward and a breath in as you point back. Breath out, flex forward, and breath in, point back. So you may bring it to a point where you feel a little bit stretched in your hamstring. So a nice dynamic stretch for the hamstring as that leg heads forwards. Try not to allow anything through here to move. Lovely. Good, now try and point that top toe and let's circle it around. So we do a variation of our side kick. If we want to challenge this further, we can lift the bottom leg and then continue those circles. To challenge further still, the hand will rest on your thigh, and even further still, float the hand over the head. If you really start to wobble and feel unbalanced, remember, come back to the previous level. Lovely. All right, have a little rest there. Now let's just take that top foot. You can bend your supporting leg, so the leg that's on the mat. Take the top foot into your hand and now draw your heel towards your bottom. Push through the hips, so tilt the pelvis forwards to get a nice stretch. When we're stretching, just easy breath. Lovely, well done. We're going to turn onto our back for the 100. So when you do the 100 today, okay, don't worry about the arms. Let's keep the arms still. Let's actually challenge the 100 with our legs. So if you're somebody that uses just the one leg, all right, you can try maybe to taking that leg up and down, keeping that neutral curve if your head is down, all right, or if your head is up and in imprint, keeping that imprinted spine. So do 50, remember to swap each side. If you're using both legs, you may want to challenge by taking the legs out and in. Okay, for those even wanting to challenge even further, you can take those legs down and up. But if you feel your tummy doming and you feel yourself struggling, please regress the exercise. So I'll start at a lower level. I'm going to show you all the way through the 100 in case you want to change position. So start off neutral, head down, nice long spine, engage your belt muscle. If you're coming into imprint, float the head and shoulders now. If the head becomes heavy, take the head down at any point. Float the right leg into tabletop. Either stay here, working with the one leg, or float the other leg now as well. Let's get ready to take a breath. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 10. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 20. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 30. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 40. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 50. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 60. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 70. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 80. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 90. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 100. Well done. Draw your knees in, let your head down. As you can see, there's lots of variations, lots of ways to progress the 100. If you do try a progression, just remember if you struggle, bring it back to that previous level. It's better to be in control and have quality of movement. All right, pop your feet down for shoulder bridge. So feet flat on the floor in parallel, hands down. Let's come back to a pelvic floor engagement. Shoulders sliding down the back, we take a breath in. With the breath out, we roll and peel the spine. Lift at the top, breath in, arms over the head. Breath out, roll away from your arms, all the way to the base of the spine. Take a breath in and return, ready to breathe out and roll again. So nice and slowly, roll and peel. Breath in, stretch the arms over the head. Breath out, slowly roll down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Good. So try and mobilise your spine, try not to miss out a single vertebrae as you go. Alright, on this next one, let's see if we can hold up and switch the focus to strength. So find that nice long line, that ski slope position. Then you have options. Your foundation level is just to lift your heels one at a time. Progression is to take your hands off of the mat. If you feel ready to take your feet off, then you can try point and replace. So we're heading for anywhere between 5 and 10 each. Those that can do the full kick, let's try 3 kicks on the right, 3 kicks on the left, and let's see if we can do that 3 times through. So you want to keep your hips level and square. For anybody really struggling, you can come back to mobility. So back to the previous level. And remember, hands can be down on your mat, more support, or stretch to the ceiling, less support. Lovely, so finish the one you're on. And then we'll roll down through the spine. We'll bring our knees into our chest. And we'll roll from the right shoulder and hip to the left shoulder and hip. Good. So just gently ease off, side to side. All right, we're going to come and take a seat for the next one. We're going to do the roll up. So let's have a hug and knee transition, hands behind your thigh, push your feet away and take a seat. Now you may want to use either a towel or you can have a sofa cushion behind your back if you don't have something like a ball. So if you know that you need a bit more support when you do the roll up, then grab a sofa cushion. So the ball can come behind the back or you can just have that little towel behind your back. What we're going to do today is use that breath, remember breath is the focus, to help us with this movement, to try and get control and to make it smooth. So we'll start seated with a breath in. We'll take a breath out and do our forward bend. Breath in to sit. Now small increments. Breath out, we move. Breath in, we hold. Breath out, we move. Breath in, we hold. Now, if you're starting to struggle, head back in the other direction. If you can manage, you're going to keep going until you come all the way down to the floor. Breath in, arms over the head. Breath out, you start to move again. Breath in, you hold. Breath out, you move. All right, so every time you stop, you're holding your breath, and every time you move, you're breathing out. So if you can't manage to go all the way, remember, get to that point where you feel really challenged, and then you head back in the other direction. So let's try one more like that, where we're just doing those small increments. Breath in to hold, breath out we move. So we're really trying to improve that strength part of the movement. Good, and now take just one breath and roll down. So breath in, sit. Breath out, roll down. Breath in, arms over the head. Breath out, roll all the way up. Breath in, sit. Breath out, forward bend. Lovely, let's finish on this last one. So make it a nice, smooth, flowing movement. And then take a seat. Good, well done. Whenever we've done something for the front of the body, we need to balance out. So let's try the supine leg pull. Hands behind, shoulders down. We're going to lift our hips into the air. So we create that nice long line through the body. It's a breath out to lift those hips up and a breath in and down. If you struggle here, please just do a stretch. So your alternative is to stretch. If you struggle to weight bear through your hands, okay, this is how we can modify the movement. Remember, stretching is just as important as all the strength work that we do, because if we've got tight muscles, it will affect the way we move and it will affect our posture. Good. Those that want to be challenged in this position, as long as you can keep the bottom nice and high, you can try lifting your leg off the mat. However, if your bottom drops down, you know you're not ready to take it to that level. Finish the one you're on, and then let's take a seat to face the front, where we're going to do spine twist. Now, when we do spine twist, if you normally sit on a blocking class, you can go and grab your sofa cushion. You can even roll a towel underneath and put it underneath the coccyx. All right? So, sitting comfortably, either soles of the feet together, or if you're super flexible, you can have those legs out to the side. We're going to have a nice even weight through both sit bones, so just a gently rocking action to feel those sit bones. Then lift up through the crown of the head, so a long spine, finding a natural curve. Bring your hands into the centre, slide your shoulders down. With an active centre, take a breath in to prepare. Now, with the breath out, start to move. Breath in and hold. Breath out, start to move. Breath in and hold. Breath out and move one more time. And then release all the way back to centre. Let's try that again. So breath out, we turn. Breath in, we hold. Breath out, we turn. In and hold. Out and turn. And then in back to centre. Lovely. So out to turn. In and hold. Out to turn. So we're really trying to improve that thoracic rotation. So here. Good, let's try one breath, but let's switch it up. I want you to now take a breath in to turn, and then out and to centre. In to turn. Good, if you want to, have those arms out, as long as those arms aren't coming across the front of your body. And remember, if you're flexible enough, you can have your legs out too. Good, a nice wide span. Lovely, finish the one you're on. And then we're going to lie down on our other side. All right, so if you're using the cushion, just take it from underneath your bottom, and then let's lie down on the other side. So stretch the bottom arm along your mat, place your towel in between the head and the arm just to help support the neck and keep that neutral alignment. Stretch all the way down to your toes. Engage your belt muscle. If you need little fingertip for side kick, little fingertip in front of you. Now, breath out, flex forward, breath in and point back. Breath out and flex forward, and in and back. So remember, you want to keep that control through the ribs, the spine, and the pelvis. And just bringing that leg to where you feel a gentle stretch. It's a nice dynamic stretch for your hamstring. Lovely, a couple more here, and then we'll vary the side kick into the side kick circle. So we'll point that top toe and we'll start to circle the foot around. To be challenged further, you can float your bottom leg. You can also challenge again even further by taking the hand off of the mat or stretching over your head. Where are you able to take it to without losing the control of the movement? Lovely, well done. All right, rest down, turn onto your back again. We're going to do crisscross. So crisscross is where we place our feet flat on the floor. Ooh, just lost my ball there. The hands behind the head, and we allow those elbows to relax away from the face. Then we rotate, right shoulder to left hip, and left shoulder to right hip. Now just realise we haven't stretched our leg after doing side kick, so we will pop ourselves back to do that in just a second. Good. Progression is to have your feet lifted. So if you know you can manage tabletop, we then rotate from here. And further still, we extend out and in, aiming for anywhere between 5 and 10 on each. So when I do these exercises, I'm assuming I'm not working with anyone that has things like osteoporosis. Remember, those that normally work with me in class, we wouldn't do this exercise here, and we would be doing an alternative to stop that forward flexion, which is the can-can. So this is the alternative. But today I'm assuming that we're all healthy and well, okay, and we're doing the exercises that we can, and that we don't need to modify or do an alternative movement. Good, couple more to each side. And then we'll relax our head down, draw our knees in, and let the head roll side to side. Good, so my apologies, can you come back onto your side for me? We need to do a little stretch. So we're going to take hold of the foot, and then we're going to push the hip forward. So the heel is drawing in towards the bottom. Relax the head down. You can pop your towel in again if you have one. That's it. Remember, nice easy breath when you're stretching. All right. Well done. Okay, let's turn onto the back again. So this time I want the soles of the feet together. I want you to push your knees out to the side so you're stretching your inner thighs. Good, bring your knees together and open your hands. Gentle rotations side to side. Good, hold your knees to your right side. Look over to your left hand. If you want to add assistance, take the hand on the outside. All right, bring your knees through center, slowly change. And then stretch your hands over your head, stretch your feet away. Lengthen all the way through your stomach. Nice easy breath as you just reflect on what you've done, feeling the benefits of more space, more length, strength, stability and balance. Good. Should we try hug and knee transition again? Remember to change legs in case they don't always favour one side. Hands behind the thigh, engage your pelvic floor, and then push your feet away to take a seat. Once seated, we can sit either with the legs crossed or the legs open. Let's take one hand either side of the knee and bring the nose down towards the knee. So you feel that stretch in the opposite glute. Good, come through centre to the other side. Lovely, back to centre, both hands in front. Separate your shoulder blades. And both hands behind. Open your chest. Nice easy breath again. Lovely, rest your hands down, take your chin to your chest. Head over to your right side. Either holding here or just very gently pulling away. And release to the left. All right, we're going to come up nice and slowly. And to finish today, we're going to do the sequence that we started with. So, do we have our brains into gear? Let's see if we can move. Hopefully we should be moving a little bit more freely this time, now that we're nice and supple, okay? So, both feet under the hip sockets, pelvis and spine neutral. Think about your Pilates setup, engage your core. Are you ready? Can you remember it? Right arm up and down. Left arm up and down. Remember, you're getting the opposite to what I'm saying. Both feet. That's it, both arms. Lovely. Sweep down and round. And the other side. And both together. Ready to have the trunk of your tree, round and curve. And now open. And curve. And open. Step and reach. 3 times we go down, we reach up, and we reach down. And then we change. So we reach, and we reach. Lovely, rotate. 1 breath, 2 rotations. And then breathe out. 2 rotations. Lovely, bring your feet into parallel. Lift your knee in front of you. Behind into an arabesque. Stay focused, stay centered and balanced. Other side. And then we're going to finish off with just 1 roll down. So, feet under the hip sockets. Remember, breath in and down. And out and up. Did we come down a bit further that time than when we started? Hopefully. Good. Let's take a breath in and a breath out. 1 more time, and then we're going to bring our hands together and give ourselves a little clap because we've done very well. Excellent. I shall see you all again next week. Thank you for tuning in today. I do hope you can hear me. And remember, this will be uploaded onto the Facebook page, the YouTube page for Achieve Lifestyle. So if you want to have a little practice again before I see you next week, that would be great. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.